Hey, how would you like to become a master of follow-up? How would you like to be able to convert an additional 10 to 15% of your unsold customers into sold customers? Look, if so, stick around. I'm going to share some information in this video that will help you do just that. Now look, we all know that follow-up is a critical piece in gaining traction for your organization and for you personally. So many salespeople make the mistake of not following up consistently with their customers. A lot of amateur salespeople only attempt to close that customer 1 to 4 times before they give up, move on, and never follow up again. This could not be a worse mistake. Look, there are professional salespeople like myself that will relentlessly and tirelessly follow up with customers until that customer decides to make that purchase from us, because we believe that our product and service provides so much value to that consumer that ultimately it is doing that consumer a disservice by not helping them by closing that deal. And that's the mentality that you need to have when you are following up with unsold customers. If you believe, and you sincerely believe, that you are doing your customer an injustice by not closing the deal and providing your product or service, you will become way more effective at follow-up. That's your first tip. Now, second of all, every salesperson has heard of the one-call close. And look, obviously, as a professional salesperson, you need to be following a sales process, a step-by-step process that takes you from A to Z, hello to walking out with a contract, and be able to have multiple ways in which you can ask for the order and overcome objections. But obviously, with all the training and all the effort, you will not close 100% of your initial presentations. It's just a fact. So how do we gain that additional traction with these unsold customers? Well, I'm going to share that with you, so stick around. But before I do that, I want to share some numbers, right? So that you can see, the proof's in the pudding. You can kind of see where I'm coming from. So here's some numbers from last year. And you can kind of see, here's my numbers right here. So I did roughly 454 total presentations last year. And out of that closed roughly 209 deals for a 46% closing ratio at an average sell price of $6,800. And it equated to roughly $1.4 million in total revenue last year, okay? So those are kind of my numbers from last year. So the reason why I want to show you those numbers is that 46% closing rate, first of all, I want to increase that to 55% this year. But that 46% closing ratio was not 46% one-call closes. That I probably picked up an additional 10 to 12% of my deals last year through effective follow-up. And believe this year, I can pick up an additional, 20% of my deals, okay? My goal is ultimately to close in the high 60% range, this year. Now, I understand that to do that, not only do I have to provide an amazing experience, value added, and be sincere and really listen to the customer, but I have to effectively follow up. So here's the first mistake that a lot of amateur salespeople make. They do not follow up with their customer after 4 to 5 days. This could not be a bigger mistake. It is very important that you follow up with your customer every single day until your customer decides to use your product and service. Now, the reason why most amateur salespeople do not do this is because they get uncomfortable because they are saying the same thing every time when they follow up. Hey, Mr. Jones, just wanted to follow up with you and see where we were at with getting this project done, or something similar to that. Look, this is why you get a negative response. So one of the most critical pieces is being creative in your follow-up. So your follow-up should include humor. Your follow-up should include closing questions, trial closing questions. Your follow-up should include methods of delivery such as text, email, handwritten cards, personal visits, all right? Invitations to dinners, invitations to events, all right? You have to get creative, all right? If you follow up with a creative message each time that's different from the last time you followed up, you will not only gain your customers' respect, but you will gain your customers' trust. So here's a tip. Besides being creative, besides adding humor, you should also script out your follow-up. You should script out follow-up for hundreds and hundreds of days in advance so that you can use that follow-up method on each customer that you do not close, all right, on that initial visit. If you do this, this will give you a roadmap and a track to run on with each customer day by day, week by week, month by month until you close that deal. Look, we all know that whether we're selling business to business or business to consumer, some of our sales cycles are shorter and some of them are longer. But the professional salespeople ultimately win those projects. Effectively follow up using creativity, humor, and lots of different delivery methods. Look, if you need information on how to follow up more effectively, hit me up. I've included my number below as well as my email. Reference this video. I'll give you some awesome information on how to be effective with your follow-up. Look, follow-up is critical, all right, to any salesperson's success. Always remember, creativity, humor, and loads of different delivery methods will make your follow-up more effective, as well as scripting out days and months in advance for each customer in their life cycle. So look, guys, my name's Andrew Hale. I hope you enjoyed this video on follow-up as much as I enjoyed making it. If so, hit that subscribe button, share this with somebody that this may help, okay? Now, if you didn't like the video, hey, that's okay too. Simply leave me a comment below. Let me know how I can help you more on the next video, all right? Now, guys, I help companies with lead generation campaigns. I help companies with sales development processes, and I also help companies with recruiting. If you need some help with lead generation campaigns, sales processes or campaigns, as well as recruiting, hey, I've also included my number and email below. Hit me up, let's have a chat, and look, follow-up is critical. Make sure you follow up, stay on top of your customers, be relentless, never give up, all right, and ultimately you'll service that customer. Hey, thanks for tuning in and check you out next time.